Before we get into it, if you enjoyed these videos, please hit the like and subscribe button, and keep in mind that these are my own thoughts, opinions, and ideas. These are not meant to be, nor should you take them as, investment or trading advice in any way, shape, or form. Do your own due diligence, put in the work for yourself, and make your decisions based on that.
All right, folks, here we are on Monday, March 17th. We're going to take a look at D-Wave today. So D-Wave coming back through the many levels that we've had on the chart. So I updated it here to give us some extension levels above where it topped out today at 1195. The next level that I have for potential resistance, or if it flies right through it, we can always extend it further, 1265. So if you're looking for an immediate sort of price point, whether that's for take profit, see how it reacts, what have you, that's the next one that looks like it could make sense to me. Now, if it does pull back, 1074 might be a strong support area. See if the buyers are still there or not. They showed up in that area several times in the recent past. You see right in this range here, this wick here, and we'll see if that persists. If it gets a little dippy, as you see here, we have 925, 820, 714, so basically around 20 cents in each of those dollar markers, 9, 8, and 7. But yeah, 1265 might be the next thing to look for. But the way that it's been moving, I mean, yesterday when it was up, or on Friday, I guess, when it was up over 46%, and then backing that up today with another 10.5%, it's sort of apt to just kind of crush those levels. And it's always interesting to see when it does crush a level, does it come back and sort of retest it, either confirming support at that level or shedding it and just sort of ending up to put in a very volatile phase, sort of like we saw here, where it flew up and then just huge losses to the downside, minus 36% on this day, for example, and then another 33% down on this day. EMAs wise, it's getting extended. This rise is a little bit easier to track, right? Because it doesn't get too lofty. It did a little bit here, but now it's sitting way above the ATMA. Does that necessarily have to mean anything? No. It could certainly continue on, but what we would want to be interested in is if it does pull back, does it catch support off the 8, or does it need to dip further down toward the 21 or the 34? Ideally, if it does catch strong support at the 8, you could then surmise that there may be some more bullish momentum to be exhausted before this swing or this move is over. And so sometimes that gives a little bit of like a pullback opportunity. But yeah, that's only if it catches support out. I mean, sort of like you see here, right? This is a big down day. This is down almost 29% on this day, but it caught support at the 8. It didn't have to come down to the 21. And so that's where you could have thought, okay, looks like there might be some more momentum here. So maybe you bought in at $7 or something, and then that came up just within a few days to over 11. So, bang for your buck, that's a pretty good percentage gain. The tricky part is here when it gaps down like this and it loses the 8, you could probably just woke up that day and it was already down there. And so you might have gotten clipped pretty rough there. So just know on these volatile stocks, that's what can happen, right? You can wake up and it's just already busted. And that can be a pretty tough pill to swallow, but as long as you know what you're getting into. But for the time being, the short term and the long term, all in a fully bullish formation at the moment. 183 way down here, still at 4. So plenty of room if it does get, really dippy, or it has these elevator down moments. Maybe it could catch some support on there if it really needed to. Even if it was a brief bounce again, maybe potential opportunity. Now, additional levels on the think or swim here. So for March, it's like way blown through all the levels, right? The +1 ATR for March was 754. So we're well beyond that. But we do already have the April ATR numbers in here, and that gives us stretch up to 1363. So with this setup, 1269 is the $12 level. It's within 4 cents of the level that I have here on the Webull chart. So I feel really good about that. If it can continue trucking, that would be a good area to look for. And then, yeah, again, if it blows through it or just shows consistent strength getting through that 1264 to 1269 level, 1363 could be in play per these ATR levels. Call trigger, if you want to consider it, maybe needing to stay above that for now to stay in play for April 1176. If things do start to fall apart, the put trigger right now is at 1060 for April with a -1 ATR down to 873. But you do see really good call out here by the TTM squeeze indicator. It was triggering this whole time, right? Relatively flat, a little bit of a loopy move, but for a stock this volatile, like that's kind of nothing, right? Not even out of the channel. And when it fired, if you took this buy on the fire, you would have bought it right around $5. And, again, like a couple of trading weeks later or so, you're more than double your money. So really, really good call out there by the TTM squeeze indicator. And, for the time being, still playing out that fire. And not only that, but it's really only its second candle in to bullish momentum on the oscillator. So, those signs typically to me would point to there could be well more in the tank, but I continue to be a little hesitant about the macro environment. So just know that if things get really dicey in the overall market, could QBTS weather the storm and continue on its merry way? Maybe. Or will it get sort of like swept up and pay the price for something that may not be its fault at all? That's often where I err on the side of caution with that, but just keep that in mind. But plenty of levels up here with 1265, 1363, and plenty of pullback levels to look for catch or resistance. Catch or support. And then the EMAs, they're quite far away, so at least we have several levels in between the EMAs and the price action. All right, folks, so I hope that your trading week is off to a good start, and as always, I appreciate you watching, and I will see you in the next video.